On this side, there's a water point there, which you can use. Secondly, on the issue of the microphones, a member who is going to access the microphone will be given a windshield. That's this black thing, which he or she will place on the microphone before they speak. After speaking, the member can remove it and drop it in I think there's a facility provided there where it can be dropped. And our sitting arrangement may be reviewed from time to time to ensure that we comply with the measures. As you can see, they have advised how we are going to work at the table. So I now have to sit on this side completely. The clerk has to sit on this side. So a lot of things are happening. Now, thirdly, honourable members, I want to really remind the government that although Parliament was not considered an essential service, we are sitting here doing work for the country. We are working on the budget. We're working on the revenue bills. We've just given them a supplementary, but members do not have stickers. We had agreed that if you can display your identity card, you should be allowed to proceed. Unfortunately, the Honourable Duru, yesterday his car was impounded because it had no sticker, despite him showing his card. So I'm directing the Minister of Internal Affairs to ensure that Honourable Duru's car is released immediately and ensure that instructions are issued to all the police points to allow members of Parliament to come. They're coming to work. They're not going to dance in the town. They're here doing national duty. Fourth, honourable members, I want to appeal to the honourable members of the House. The issue of the 10 billion shillings is an issue of the Parliamentary Commission. So members do not continue talking about it because you don't know about it. Allow the Speaker and the Commissioner to speak on your behalf. It's not your business, just go on with your lives. The fifth one, other members, have received reports that as we are here, obeying the presidential directives, quarantining ourselves in the city of Kampala, there are people moving around in the constituencies, not only conducting meetings, but distributing food. Our political opponents are in the constituencies now distributing food and saying the members have abandoned you. It is we who care. So this is a matter I think the government must take seriously. If the president said there are no political or religious meetings, but some few people in the country are continuing against our interests, this must stop. This has to stop. So now members, there are just a few matters of national concern. Honourable Genovia Kwaso. Flavia, there she is. 2 minutes, please. Who is the extra Speaker and honourable members, I rise on a matter of national concern regarding attacks on security forces that are awashing media while the security forces are implementing the guidelines that have been given by HE the President and matters of also statutory instrument under the Public Health Act in the fight against COVID-19. Members, you have already in both print and electronic media that security forces have come under attack on several occasions while on duty in the fight against this current pandemic, the so-called COVID-19. The occasions are several, and these include, among others, on 12 April, there was an attack on RA 236807 Private Nwamanya Alex, escort to Amuru RDC. His eye has since been removed and is hospitalized at General Military Hospital in Bombo. On 8th April, in Mutolere in Soro District, A group of youth hurled stones at UPDF patrol vehicle registration number DO2DF 103. On 5th April, at Chiranga Trading Center in Kalungu District, a UPDF vehicle was pelted at with stones, and one wheelie was severely injured in the left eye. On 27th March, at Babukwanga in Bundibujo District, a police constable, Bagonza Nelson, was hit while on patrol and severely injured. On 12th April, again in Chitoro, a local government vehicle carrying soldiers on patrol was attacked, still by the youth. On 6th April, at Kamsonso in Malababusia, locals poured hot water on a joint security force. On 5th April, at Lumumba Road in Arua town, a group of soldiers were attacked, injuring some of them. On 4th March, in Namahaire Kral, Matheniko and Turkana warriors attacked security forces, killed one soldier and injured 5. Madam Speaker and honorable members, we as UPDF, we strongly and we request that these acts must be condemned in the strongest terms, and request honorable members to sensitize their constituents about dangers of attacking and provoking security forces. We also request the Minister of Health, Right Honorable Speaker, to take interest in the injured soldier and to make sure that treatment and any other need is given to him. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to extend my appreciation, of course, to the men and women in uniform who are enforcing the law. They usually come every day under putting their lives under fire, and then ask the public to really support them, because there are some things which should be noted, Right Honorable Speaker, that when we go to operations like this, operations other than war, we have rules of engagement, and one of the principles is self-defense. So in the event that soldiers decide to defend themselves, Right Honorable Speaker, no one would want to see what would come out. So we request that the public supports us as we do our work, and we also continue to say that we shall continue doing our work with no fear. Whether we are attacked or not, we shall still do the work. The soldiers will still do the work. UPDF is a disciplined force, but we request that it shouldn't be taken for granted, Right Honorable Speaker. I thank you.
Thank you very much, General Biekwaso. Honourable members, on your behalf, I also want to add our voice to thank the forces who have been working hard under difficult conditions, but to say that I think in our campaigns now, in addition to telling the people to wash their hands and not to sneeze and keep distance, I think we should add the need to obey the law and also not to attack the armed forces. And of course, we also reiterate the need for the armed forces also to be handle our people properly, but certainly no one can accept or condone attacks on people who are doing their duty. So please, when our members, sensitize our people about this important work that is being done. Honorable Komakech, 2 minutes.
Madam Speaker, I rise on a matter of very urgent importance in relation to COVID-19 and behaviors that took place yesterday in Malaba and Kamdini. Madam Speaker, yesterday, 2 truck drivers were tested in Malaba, and the 2 eventually were found to be positive. One of them was a Kenyan driver who eventually was taken back to Nairobi. And then the other one was a Ugandan, but driving a Kenyan company truck. Decided to put off his phone and then drove all the way up to Kamdini and yet he was positive and is asymptomatic. Now, on realizing that that truck driver had disappeared, a search was sent through URA until eventually was found in Kamdini. And worst of all, he was also carrying along, without fear of social distance, matters of friendship. He was carrying along a colleague who was a lady. And these were all challenges that the medical team found. And amid the way, he was supposed to be referred back to Mbale, and then later on, it was decided that it should be taken to Gulu. But people in Gulu at night rose up at arms to stop the ambulance to take the driver to Gulu. And of course, later on, the Minister of Health intervened through the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Twine, to get him to Kampala. And he was brought to Mulago by around 4 a.m. this morning. So what I would like to, very quickly, because I need to pray.
Right Honorable Speaker and members, we must get to understand that these truck drivers from Malaba through their way, maybe to Juba, nowadays there's no public transport. Whatever they do, they pick passengers along the road and they go with them from Malaba to Busia, from Busia to Tororo, from Tororo to Mbale, from Mbale to Soroti, from Soroti to Dokolo, from Dokolo to Lira. This particular man slept in a Lira and picked a lady from Lira and slept with her and left her there. Yes, this is a serious thing, Madam Speaker. It is a serious matter. Let us listen. And he left the lady there and picked another lady to transport. Order, please. It is a matter of life and death, honorable members. He left the lady there. Order, please, order. And picked another lady from Lira and went and dropped her in a loro. And the lady went as far as a patch in Teboke. I mean in Kwania. I think Kwania is Teboke is in Kwania. In a patch, I don't know whether it is in a patch. But the lady went up to Teboke. And the man picked another lady from Loro and went with that lady up to Kandini. That is where he was intercepted. So Lira, order. Lira is in chaos. It's good they have identified the lady, and she's now telling the people she has got in contact with. So, Madam Speaker, Lira is a hotspot. Truck drivers go and park there. Sex workers are there, and nothing has been done to contain them. This Parliament has got to prevail on that situation. That is the information I wanted to.
Thank you, Honorable.
Madam Speaker, my prayers is that the National Task Force should review the guidelines in terms of movement of trucks, which was allowed that they could ply along the way. But in terms of what is emerging, it is actually going to be a very, very serious threat. Because right from Elego, where Honorable Lucy raised the issue last week, it is intensifying. We may be having the Eastern Corridor as the first front line that we may have very serious attack. So I just pray that the task force should take this immediately, and if possible, government should review the border of Elego for the time being. Can we have a stopover of 48 hours and we review how movements of trucks should be conducted? Because it looks like it is going to generate a lot of challenges to us in northern Uganda and in Ghana in particular. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Komakech. Can I also instruct the members of the House who are on the task force to follow up on this issue so that it's handled to the logical conclusion? Because members were laughing, but you know this business of taking women from one point to another, it could be deliberate to infect the community as they go. So it's not a joke. Yes, Honorable Leader of Opposition.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This issue of the issue raised by Honorable Leandro Komakech, the truck driver, was a very contentious issue yesterday. And right now, the people of Gulu are being labeled tribalistic, which is not the case. And the people of Gulu, this is the second time that they rejected somebody to be brought in Gulu. There are very many reasons behind that. One of the reasons is that even the hospital, the facility, the regional referral hospital, is not well prepared. And then secondly, we also have the memory of Ebola still fresh in the people's mind, so that anything contagious, if it happens in Gulu, then they will have to try and contain from Gulu. So the resistance was very strong, to the extent that I had to call also Minister for Health, Honorable Ruth, who did not even pick her phone at all, but I sent a message and she did not reply. I wanted to consult her on this because people of Gulu were on fire. I talked with Honorable Minister Kaduchu, who is our daughter-in-law. She thought we were very unfair as the people of Gulu, that the regional referral hospital is for Acholis only. I said no. It is about the nature of the disease, which is too contagious. And if it is found in Gulu, people of Gulu will not even segregate. Because in Gulu district, we have people of all tribes. We are one Uganda. But when we want to contain a situation, we should not say that people of Gulu are tribalistic. So it is important that this is taken seriously. It should be taken seriously. Information.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The information I want to give is that the same situation was not only in Gulu, but it had to do a lot with the lack of capacity and preparedness at the regional referral centers. The regional referral centers, we were told from here, were going to be fully equipped and the personal protective equipment would be given to the health workers. So when this situation emerged, both from Lira Regional Referral Hospital and Gulu, the medical workers were not prepared, they did not have equipment. As a result, they started reaching out to the public and saying, we cannot accept these people here because we are not yet protected. It had nothing to do with regionalizing the case of the COVID. That's the information I wanted to give.
No, honor members, that matter is not on the order paper. Lord, please move something else.
Yes, I just would like to conclude by saying we should not think that this is tribal or political. We should know that first it was the president, honorable, first it was the president, honorable, which should have allowed a truck driver tested to wait for the what? To wait for the result from the point of order. From that point where he or she tested. Point of order. The testing. Point of order. For us here, when somebody is tested, you should bring a certificate. Why do we allow these truck drivers to travel, even when they are not supposed to?
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, with due respect, and aware that what happens in Gulu, what happens in Barara, and what happens in Masaka or in Soroti is a concern for all the Ugandans. Right Honorable Speaker, having heard the story on how these truck drivers were got and how they ended up in Gulu, I think at that particular moment, the nearest health center was the one that was contacted, and that was Gulu. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, is the leader of opposition in order to come here, and when I watched how the people ganged up against the ambulance that was supposed to take there, is the leader of opposition in order to come and really support this habit, because this can happen in Kamuli, this can happen in Wara, and this can happen anywhere in the country. Right Honorable Speaker, is the leader of opposition in order to continue supporting this barbaric act before the parliament, which is supposed to be very neutral. Right Honorable Speaker.
Now, honourable members, I do appreciate that these are not the normal times. There's fear, there's tension, there's excitement, there's anxiety. But notwithstanding that, I think we should treat our people properly. But the ministry should also set into place the right guidelines so that matters are handled appropriately. Let's go to the next item. Honorable B. Kasonga, 2 minutes. Please, on something, no, not on that one. No, we have finished that one, please. Honorable Songa, 2 minutes.